Hey guys, today we're taking a look at one of the most innovative, fascinating camera gadgets I have ever purchased in my life, and it is the Techart Pro LM-EA7 adapter. This is an adapter that works with Sony cameras that have phase detect autofocus, and has cameras like the Sony A7R2, the Sony A7 II, which I have here, the a6300, the a6500, and it allows you to use Leica M-mount lenses, or you can use lenses with an adapter adapted to the Leica mount. In other words, this adapter supports the Leica M mount. So what does this fascinating little gadget do? Well, you can convert essentially all of your manual focus lenses to autofocus. It uses the phase detect autofocus of these modern Sony cameras and interacts with the camera and pushes the lens forward and back in order to achieve the correct focus. And you can see in this case I have probably a 40-year-old Nikon 50mm f1.8, the E series, and I'm using a Nikon to Leica adapter so that my old Nikon lens will fit up to the Techart. And here's the Techart mounted on my Sony A7 II. It's reasonably slim to the body, but it is a little bulky at the bottom, and you'll see why there's a bulk at the bottom in just a second. So now I have the lens attached, and when I turn it on, you can see that it's moving the lens forward and backwards in order to achieve focus. This works best with wider angle lenses. I've tried it with several older Nikons. I have, for example, 105mm f2.5. This is a fantastic portrait lens. And here's a 135mm f2.8. It will work with these longer focal lengths, but in those cases, you sometimes have to fine-tune the focus. So it works almost more as a focus assist. And once you get it dialed in now, it'll focus pretty quickly. But at wider focal lengths, like this 50mm, and I may have a 35mm f1.4 in the male, you can focus quite quickly and accurately. So it's really a fantastic way to breathe new life into older lenses. I mean, if you're like me and you've been shooting Nikon for many years, you may have a selection of fantastic old Nikons, but frankly, as I get older, my eyes don't work as well as they once did. And manual focus for me has become more and more challenging with each passing year. But with this device, you can have the pleasure of modern autofocus with a 40 or 50-year-old lens. And of course, you Leica guys, if you have a stack of old Leica M glass lying around that you would like to try with autofocus, here's a great way to do it. This adapter costs around $350 to $400. I think I paid around $370 for this. And then I had to buy the Nikon to Leica M adapter for an extra $30 or so. So this is about a $400 investment. But for that $400, I now have an entire world of new lenses available to me with autofocus, including all the Nikons that I already owned. Overall, I'm really thrilled with this. I think it's a genius invention, and these guys who came up with this design should win some kind of award. It's equipped with a pretty hefty motor underneath, and that is for good reason, because it can handle lenses around the 750 gram range in terms of weight. So it will actually work with some of these pretty heavy, all metal, old Nikon lenses. You know, as far as downsides go, you have to take the focusing with a little bit of a grain of salt. Sometimes, especially the wider focal lengths, it is very fast and very accurate. At other times, you know, if you're working with a telephoto lens, like I said, you're going to have to tweak the focus just a bit. It will suck more of your battery life if you've got this attached to a Sony camera. And these Sony batteries are sort of notoriously weak to begin with. So that's another downside, I suppose. But overall, the fit and finish, the build quality, even the packaging on this thing is pretty impressive. I mean, it came in the pretty nicely designed box, which, you know, sometimes you buy these camera gadgets from overseas and you really never know what you're going to get, and sometimes the packaging is really second rate. But in this case, it appears that some attention has been paid to detail, and I'm frankly thrilled with the adapter itself. Again, I kind of wish it wasn't so bulky on the bottom, because I think that will interfere potentially with its use on a tripod. It's probably going to bump up against most tripod plates, so that's kind of a bummer. But, you know, when I'm using autofocus, I'm often not working on a tripod anyway. And it's not so bulky or heavy that it would prevent me from carrying it with me on a walkabout. So I actually have a 35mm f1.4 Voigtlander lens on order. Don't tell the wife. That should be here soon, and it's a little pancake lens. I think this adapter is really at its best with these small pancake style lenses. So when I get the Voigtlander, I will certainly do a video about it here to show you guys and report back with regard to how well it's working. So just wanted to give you kind of an update and show you this thing in kind of a first look video. That's the Techart Pro. If you're interested in reading more reviews about this device, you can check it out in the description below this video. So it's really pretty brilliant. If you're new to my channel, subscribe, because I will be doing more commentary about this Techart Pro adapter in the future. I'm going to let you know how it's working out. But so far, so good. It's a pretty cool piece of tech. Till next time, I'm Sean. This is a little channel I call loloho.photo, where we say loloho.
If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you disliked it, give it a thumbs down. Feel free to leave a comment. And of course, don't forget to subscribe.